Today I fucked up by gaslighting my husband for Christmas. This today I fucked up happened this week, but I just discovered it now. So, for context, my husband and I are pretty opposite when it comes to socializing. I'm super extroverted, love family gatherings, I love my in-laws. If it were up to me, we'd all live on one giant commune growing our own food and singing Kumbaya every night. He's very introverted and usually dislikes the holidays and family gatherings in general. He'll go for me and his parents, but he's usually super quiet and is pretty bad at faking it. He almost always says he's not feeling well in order to excuse his quietness and to try to leave early. At his parents' Christmas gathering, he was super quiet again. It's worth noting we all had negative COVID tests. He complained all day he wasn't feeling well, and actually went to nap in his childhood bedroom for a few hours. His energy was 0%. When we took family photos he could barely even muster a smile, he genuinely looked miserable. It was only us, his parents, and his brother plus wife and kids, so his absence was noticed. His parents seemed a little hurt but understood. It's fine, I'm used to it. I hung out with my in-laws watching Hallmark movies and eating tons of great food. I had a blast. When we got home, he asked if I had a good time. I did, but pointed out that he has a tendency to be really avoidant during gatherings. I mentioned that he always conveniently feels under the weather and disappears to his room and leaves me to socialize alone. It's becoming a trend and he should examine why he suddenly feels so unwell every time we visit his parents. He was pretty upset and said he was trying, but he really did feel exhausted. Well, this morning I woke up, made some coffee, but could not wake up. I felt so tired and I just wanted to go back to bed. I went to go make a second cup, and realized I had bought decaf coffee by mistake. I didn't notice because I also get Starbucks when we go out. My husband usually only drinks coffee from home. Now I have to go apologize to my husband, too long did not read. Bought decaf coffee, blamed my husband for being a Christmas zombie. ETA. So according to Reddit I am a horrible wife. My husband is either severely depressed or has Asperger's, and we have a crippling caffeine addiction and need to re-evaluate our lives. Guys, it's not that deep. He's introverted, we joke that I do the talking for the both of us. It works really well for us. I pull him out of his shell when he needs it, and he reels me back into mine when I need it. The holidays are exhausting and we had a humorous misunderstanding. We chuckled about it and moved on after drinking lots full-strength coffee. Winking face. Shit, I thought you were going to say he had COVID. Glad it was just a coffee mix-up. Curious, why would you describe what you did as gaslighting? Caffeine is a hell of a drug. This isn't gaslighting. And I'm glad you didn't gaslight him. Like him, I am very introverted. I do understand the way he feels. When I get into a crowd, even with people I know well, my mind and body shuts down. I feel really uncomfortable and just want to find a quiet hole. I don't know what causes it, but it's not just him. Please try and show some understanding and let him know you support him. If he is like me, he doesn't want to be that way, but he can't just change. I tried counseling, but unfortunately it didn't work for me, but maybe it will help him. Might be worth thinking about. Just my thoughts. I don't understand people who can't wake up without coffee. I mean, I don't drink anything in the morning and I do just fine the rest of the day. Edit. Okay people, I get it now, it's caffeine addiction. He's clearly a psychopath and will likely become a serial killer at any time. I know this from Reddit. Has he been tested for depression? I am depressive, and I tend to withdraw during family events as well. Today I fucked up by getting a happy ending. This happened today, and I'm still feeling the pain of my encounter. I've had trouble sleeping lately. Of late, I wake up and my back is so stiff and hurts miserably. I stretch it out and scroll through Reddit until it calms down and I go back to sleep, but it keeps me up at night and I still feel achy throughout the next day. While I was at Dunkin', I noticed a massage place a few doors down and figured a massage would help my back out and went for it. I should have known from the moment I walked in it was one of those type of places people go for happy endings. Tacky Asian decor, some nondescript name, a cash-only sign, and a lady to greet me who spoke broken English at best. From my time in the military I've heard guys talk about these places and the do's and don'ts. Step 1. If you're looking for a happy ending is to disregard the towel they give you and lay down in the buck. I used the towel but otherwise was naked as the day I was born. My masseuse walks in and instantly throws the towel off me, smacks my ass, and asks me what kind of pressure I want. I opt for hard pressure, and before I can explain where my back is hurting I get a pummeling from a woman that easily weighed half of what I do. I'm 6 foot, 215 pounds. She eventually adds baby oil and things progress much better, and I'm really starting to relax and loosen up. My back feels much better. There's the occasional tickle and flourish of my man bits, but I sort of ignore it. Though it is a big turn on. Here's where the fuck up happens, when I turn over. She looks at my flesh sausage and mimes if I want her to finish me off. At this point, I'm pretty turned on and she's a fairly cute woman, so I acquiesce. She gets more baby oil and starts doing the damn thing and starts putting pressure on my asshole. I'm getting into that and widen my legs more for easier access when she jams a well-manicured finger straight into my ass, sharp nail and all. I'm not the most well-versed in ass play, but I know as much to ease into it. Nope. She got a good ways in there, and all I can feel is this demonic claw scratching my poop chute from the inside. I look up at her, with eyes of torture and misery, and see only the most ecstatic look on her face as she continues jackhammering away on my man meat. I managed to finish, but I was still in pain, but took it in stride. I tipped and got the hell out of there. A few hours later and it hurts to sit and I feel this dull aching pain on my bum. 1/10 experience, will not repeat. And #X200B. Too long did not read. Got a massage and happy ending and took a woman's sharp manicured nail up the ass. Edit fucked up the title and can't change it, damn. Didn't expect this to blow up at all. But I hope you all got to laugh at my pain. Tears of joy. Till. If you go to a rub and tug, make sure the masseuse has short nails. Ew, gross. Where was this so I know to avoid it? Hope she washed her hand from the last guy she did that to. But how is your back? I feel like my experience reading this was much like your experience getting it. Not what I expected and kinda wish I hadn't. A handjob and prostate stimulation? Don't see much to complain about here. Sore bum? Man up. Hopefully you're not bleeding. If she hadn't shoved her finger up your love tunnel, what rating would you have given it? Today I fucked up by walking in on my girlfriend feasting on her foot. So today I was at my girlfriend's place taking a shower. After getting out, I entered her room and noticed her picking skin off her foot with a small knife and eating it. At this point she hadn't noticed me entering her room just yet. Let me tell you that I was very surprised and quite disturbed. I did notice before that her feet were a bit damaged, so were her toenails, but I never said a thing thinking it would embarrass her. Anyway, as I walked into the room she let out a small shriek and looked at me as if I was a ghost. I mean, seems pretty normal. I looked at her with wide eyes but thought it'd be best if I just joked about it, so I asked her if I could also have some toe cheese. I thought I could diffuse the situation like that, but she didn't say a word for a very awkward minute. I stupidly decided to try my hand at making a second joke and ask her what it tasted like. My second joke didn't exactly land either and she furiously told me to leave her. As you can expect, I am writing this post from the couch. Too long did not read. Walked into my girlfriend performing autocannibalism on her foot and made not one but two dumb jokes about it, and now I have to sleep on the couch. What the fuck? She kissed you with that mouth without telling you. Talk about a real foot and mouth moment for you, my dude. Don't knock it until you've tried it. All kidding aside, she is probably just embarrassed. Take her out for sushi. Get the hell out of there, my guy, she gonna eat you. You didn't fuck up, this is actually disturbing. She's like one of those fish at the Chinese salon that eats the dry skin off your feet. How's that your fault? She's the nasty one. Today I fucked up by getting high and then going outside at midnight to save a hedgehog. This actually did happen today, around 1:30 a.m. So I like to smoke weed time to time, but I still live with my family, so I have to wait before everyone is asleep and then smoke out of the window. I load the pipe, light it up and smoke. Then I notice that there's something moving on my neighbor's front yard. It was a hedgehog. I live in a rural area, so it's quite common for hedgehogs to appear around your house. It was 8 degrees Celsius outside, so I knew I had to save it. I started cleaning the pipe, but because I am a clumsy fuck, I dropped it out of the window. Now, imagine if someone were to find a weed pipe right under my window. That would not be suspicious at all. I had to go and pick it up, but I needed a good excuse to go outside. Right. The hedgehog. It was all coming together. A perfect plan. I went outside, picked up the pipe and then realized that it would be weird if I disappeared in the middle of the night, so I left a note on the door saying, "There was a hedgehog outside." I went to pick it up. Great. Now I can continue my rescue mission. I get my gloves, bucket and run outside. I come to my neighbor's front yard and as I am coming closer to the hedgehog I realize that something is wrong. It was not a hedgehog. It was just a shadow. A fucking shadow. So here I am, high as fuck, standing outside with a bucket and gloves. Amazing. Just imagine if someone saw me. How would you explain this? I go back inside, pick up the note as fast as possible, put the bucket where I got it and then went back upstairs, just to realize I still have the gloves and have to make a trip back. I am pretty sure I made a lot of noise and was scared of all the explaining I will have to do, if someone heard me. Too long did not read. Got high. Saw a hedgehog outside. Decided to save it but it was just a shadow. Just imagine your family picking your note up and saying, I think he's high again. So I left a note on the door saying, there was a hedgehog outside. I went to pick it up. Family. Yep, he's baked. Shadow the hedgehog doesn't need saving. It looks like may have forgotten the pipe, as well. Just weed caused that? Man, you kids need to do more drugs. That is hilarious. Like the time I went scouring the fridge at 1 a.m. but decided to put on this free Jägermeister hat I got at a concert so no one could tell I was stoned. I never wore a hat due to my long hair so this plan ultimately a failure. Haha, people who think they can hide the fact that they're smoking weed, tears of joy. It's like the most pungent and recognizable smell there is almost. Your family for sure knows you're lighting up.